They've given a preview of this data to the ABC, and it is absolutely dire. Just 21% of millennials, so those are people aged between 29 and 44, voted for the coalition, and just 27% of Gen Z, so those are people up to 30. Now, what is particularly concerning about this data, it's no secret that young people tend to be on the left, but in the case of millennials, they've actually gotten more left-wing every election, and that defies conventional wisdom. It's also very scary because by the next election, young people, millennials and Gen Z, will make up a majority of the voting base. So if the coalition can't actually find a strategy to speak to these people and get their message out there, they're doomed. Then that is what the person conducting this survey said. This is an existential threat to the Liberal Party. Now, my hypothesis is that the study says climate change was a big concern, and I don't dispute that. For a lot of young people it is, but also the Liberal Party didn't offer any policies directly to young people. There should be family policy, there should be tax splitting for households, there should be choice in childcare. I mean, there are so many policies that are so easy that the Liberal Party could adopt to start to turn this around. I just don't get what's the hold up.
Yeah, I know, and that's the thing. Until they wake up to that, you can forget about it. But of course, you know who the biggest culprits of this are? Women. Of course, it's the bloody women.
Chinese.
No, it's young women.
Yeah.
It's young women who far more these days are skewing. I mean, they're skewing heavily left. Young women. We saw it in the vote for Mamdani in the United States because, of course, the number of women who go to university now is much higher than men, and it would seem that you go through that pipeline and you turn out a great lefty for life.
Yeah, although interestingly, Gen Zs, who are even younger than millennials, are actually more likely to vote for the coalition. So I think what you are seeing is a bit similar to America, a backlash against kind of institutional woke, if you like.
I hope so.
It was the millennials who famously, there's a clip you can go, "My millennials, stay woke." The millennials who sort of invented the sort of new woke kind of ideology, made that the sort of new sort of temple of left-wing worship. And I think as that has sort of gone, and again, we're seeing pushback against things like, trans stuff or identity politics or all sorts of stuff. I think that's where you're seeing young people. I know a lot of them myself who are saying, all these people are crazy. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Well, you're looking at them here, right? Hey, quickly before we get to a break, if you've been on a Chinese bus lately, you might want to be worried. Over in the UK, they are now investigating Yutong buses, which they've been using over there, after Denmark and Norway identified that these buses have chips in them that basically allow them to be turned off or controlled remotely, because they can have software updates and whatever downloaded from the internet without anyone having to press a button, which means that you could also have it loaded up with something that means someone in China can turn off your bus. So you've got Denmark, Norway and the UK looking into this. These buses are in Australia. I don't know that they're being used by public service operators, but they are being used by some private operators in this country. There's a few thousand of them, I think, have been sold over here. And look, if we've got buses floating around that could be controlled remotely from China, you'd think we might be taking a look at that, particularly when other Western nations are doing
Although,
so.
to be fair, can I just say that local bus operators are very good at stopping bus services.
That is
That's something that Australia should be holding on to.
That is a very fair point.